Friends, the question today is, as wealth grows, do men decay? Well, some people say they do. Today, we will dive deep into the paradox of progress and the hidden cost of wealth accumulation. In this compelling video, we will explore the psychological, moral, and the social changes that can occur as the men gain wealth and power. Let's go. We live in a world that glorifies the wealth. From the moment we are old enough to understand, we are taught that success, comfort, and happiness are often measured by the size of our bank account. We chase promotions, dream of bigger houses, covet the latest tech, and all under the assumption that more is always better. But what if that wasn't entirely true? What if beneath the shimmering surface of the prosperity there is a hidden cost, a silent erosion that impacts the very core of who we are, especially for men as well as for women? Today we are going to ask a provocative, perhaps even unsettling question: as the wealth grows, do man decay? When we talk about decay, we are not just talking about the physical aspect of it. This isn't about aging. It's about something deeper. It's about the erosion of the character, the fading of the purpose, the fracturing of the genuine connection. It's about the hollowness that creep in even as the external success reaches its peak. For centuries, men have been conditioned to be a provider, protector, conquerors, etc. Our identity often intrinsically linked to our ability to achieve and acquire. So when that acquisition reaches unprecedented levels, what happens to the man himself? Does the very fuel that drives the men, the ambitious for generating wealth, ultimately consumes the man? We are not here to demonize the wealth. Far from it. Wealth can be a tool for good, for freedom, for impact, but like any other powerful tool, it demands respect, awareness, and a clear understanding of the potential pitfalls. Think about the traditional male identity. Historically, it was often forged in the purpose, building, creating, providing, etc. A man's worth was in his contribution, his skill, his character. But in the modern pursuit of wealth, particularly extreme wealth, identity can subtly shift. Instead of driving self-worth from who they are or what they do, it can become dangerously tied to what they own. The endless pursuit of more can create a hamster wheel. You buy the dream car, a bigger house, a private jet. For a moment, there is a thrill, but then the novelty wears off and the void remains. The next logical step is to acquire something even grander. This isn't sustainable. It transforms a man from a purposeful being into a consumer, an accumulator. The, the drive shifts from internal fulfillment to the external validation. And when your identity is built on possessions, what happens when those possessions inevitably fail to satisfy or worse, are lost? One of the most insidious form of decay that wealth can inflict is in our own relationship. Genuine connections, intimacy, vulnerability, these are the foundation of the true human flourishing. But wealth can act as an isolation chamber. Firstly, the sheer demand of acquiring and maintaining wealth often means sacrificing time with family, with friends, with community, long hours, constant travel, endless strategizing. These can create physical and emotional distances. Secondly, wealth can breed suspicion. Is this person genuinely interested in me or in what I can do for them? Are they my friend or my access point? This constant questioning can make genuine vulnerability incredibly difficult, leading to a guarded existence. Thirdly, the lifestyle associated with extreme wealth can be exclusive. It can separate men from their roots, from the everyday experience that fosters empathy and connection with the wider world. When your circle shrinks to only those who share your specific, often insular economic reality, you lose touch with the richness and the diversity of the human experience. This social decay leaves men feeling profoundly alone even when surrounded by others. Human beings, and men in particular, often thrives on challenge, on purpose, on overcoming obstacles. There is a certain edge that comes from striving, from feeling the grit of the struggle. It forges resilience, gratitude, and a deeper appreciation for achievement. But when wealth removes all obstacles, when every need is immediately met and every comfort is readily available, that edge can dull the shine of your life. The drive to create, to innovate, to even feel deeply can be replaced by a passive acceptance of ease. Why build when you can buy? Why strive when you can simply command? This isn't to say comfort is inherently bad, but unchecked, it can become a crutch that prevents growth. It can lead to state of a sort of emptiness, a profound boredom that even greatest luxuries cannot remove. The man becomes soft, not physically but spiritually. He loses the internal, strength built by facing adversities. The path to immense wealth is rarely a straight line. It often presents choices, difficult dilemmas, where moral integrity can be tested. In the pursuit of profit, ethical lines can become blurred, shortcuts are often taken, compromises are made, and suddenly the means to begin to justify the end, no matter how questionable they are. This isn't about blaming wealthy individuals, but acknowledging a systemic pressure. When stakes are high and the potential rewards are astronomically very high, and temptation to bend the rules is higher, to exploit the loopholes or to neglect the human cost of business decisions can be immense. Over time, these small compromises can accumulate, eroding a man's moral compass. What was once unthinkable becomes unacceptable, or rather acceptable, and then it becomes absolutely normal. The decay here is in the spirit, in the values that once defined the man. When a man loses his ethical grounding, he loses a fundamental part of his humanity. Wealth can create powerful illusions of control, the belief that money can solve every problem, protect against every threat, and guarantee a certain future. This can lead to hubris, a sense of invincibility that blind men to their own vulnerability and unpredictable nature of life. But beneath this illusion often lies a profound fear, the fear of loss. The more you have it, the more you have to lose. The constant pressure to maintain, to grow, to protect assets can be a source of immense anxiety. This fear can consume mental space, leading to an inability to truly relax, to be present, or to simply enjoy what has been accumulated. This isn't just about financial loss, it's about the loss of identity tied to that particular wealth, the loss of status, the loss of perceived power. This fear can lead to desperate measures, further ethical compromises, and overall sense of unease, even in the midst of the luxury. It's a mental decay, a constant state of low grade panic, regardless of external circumstances. So, if the potential for decay is real, how do we reverse it? How do we cultivate growth even amidst immense wealth? It starts with awareness and intention. Recognize that wealth is a tool, not an identity. It's about consciously choosing where to focus your energy and attention. Re-establish purpose beyond profit. Find meaning in contribution, in creation, in legacy that isn't just about monetary value. What problems can you solve? What goods can you foster? Prioritize genuine connections. Actively invest time and vulnerability in your relationships. Seek out authentic friendships. Nurture family bonds and engage with diverse communities. Embrace discomfort and growth. Don't let comfort breed stagnation. Seek out new challenges, learn new skills, push your boundaries in a way that aren't tied to financial gains. Cultivate gratitude and mindfulness. Appreciate what you have rather than constantly striving for what you lack. Practice mindfulness to stay present and connect to the richness of everyday life. Define your value and live them. Regularly assess your actions against your core values. By willing to make it harder, more ethical choices, even if it means sacrificing short-term gains. Wealth in itself is neutral. It is the human response to it, the choice we make, the value we hold, that determine its ultimate impact. The question is, as wealth grows, do men decay? Isn't meant to be condemn a success or glory of the rich man, but to invite deeper introspection. It is a reminder that a true prosperity isn't just about what you accumulate, but about you become what you become in the process. The greatest riches a man can possess are not found in the vaults, but in the character, his relationships, his purpose, and his peace of mind. Let us strive not just for financial growth, but for human flourishing. Let us use wealth as a means to build a richer life, not a hollow one. Because in the end, the only thing that truly decays is which is neglected. And let us not neglect the men who we are in the pursuit of wealth as we desire. So, friends, I'd like to know if you have any comments, any suggestions, or any questions. Please leave them in the comment section below, and I will catch you again in the next one.